fold. So, but I mean, a lot of the equipment I've got is sort of complementary. Got the IT runner set, got the Flegel trailer, the twin axle and sort of not twin axle, yeah, that's still a twin axle, but and those complement this trailer, but they have a larger capacity. I think I also got the Strautmann. This complements the other Strautmann with the single axle. It's a little bit more stable. Don't think I went much for auger wagon. Oh, we got the Horschpack, of course. That one was one of the ones I was missing. That's the one I use on Lawfolds. I think I've got a bunch of smaller. Oh, obviously the round. Where is it? Gone. Bunch of flatbed. Yeah, a semi-trailer, a flat trailer. Another one there. Big baler, another bale trailer. Massey Ferguson baler. More flatbeds. The Ursus pickup. So it's sort of stuff that was missing. I've definitely gone for as well. Picked up a couple of ploughs. Well, no, not all of them. I mean, the sort of the 1 meter plough, not really interested in. I suppose if I went for an 85 horsepower farm, then maybe having a small plough would be useful. Most of the time I tend to start, smallest tractor I'll introduce is something in the sort of 100-125 horsepower range. And that's still quite restrictive. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's unfold it. And then building sheds. Oh, I did hear that Mercury Farm, the silos are going to be made available as separate placeable mods available on any map, not just Mercury Farm. Now that'll be a nice deal, because those silos hold everything. I mean, the silo on this farm is nice in that you can put the usual what is it? The usual crops we've got on it. Plus you can store hay, straw and grass in the silo on the farm. And I liked that about the original, or well, at least the last version of Farm Sim 17's Oldstream farm. Although I did supplement the on-farm silo with the GTX mods storage shed, which allowed you to store things like pig food and TMR, silage, chaff, wood chips, which was a little bit more usable, I found. But those Mercury Farm silos let you store, in addition to the regular stuff and hay, straw and grass, you can also store all of the root crops. So potatoes and turning that on. Potatoes and sugar beets. Eventually, if I have time and I don't have to restart mercury farm, I may put in a pig pen, because the food storage for all of the stuff pigs eat can be stored in the farm silo. I'm less inclined to on this map because the silo doesn't store root crops, so I need a root crop storage. To be able to get away with that. Or I could do what I've done on Lawfolds and plant a field of sugar beets, sell 90% of them and put 10% in crates, because they stack fairly well. Okay, I'm going to set this guy off and jump over here because it looks like we're having problems with trees. Among other things. Don't know what happens here. Oops. Try not to run over the sunflowers. There we go. I haven't heard much about anything else lately, but it was a busy weekend, so I didn't get a chance to look into much. I mean, from the multiplayer on Thursday, we had the former foster kids turned up about 10 o'clock on Friday morning, along with their elder sister, who we've never actually had dealings with. And at least not as far as foster care is concerned. So that that pretty much put paid to Friday and Saturday. We had to go out sort of mid-morning Saturday, normal stream time. Hence, Lawfolds got cancelled on Saturday. And Sunday came round and I kind of needed a break. So, very peaceful, restful day. We'll run up to the top of the field because it really looks like we're going to get this entire field into the back of this harvester. I hope. Sunflowers isn't really a common crop for me to do, because along with corn you need a different planter, usually. And Lawfolds is not the sort of place you'd usually come across that many sunflowers. Maybe southern England, more so. This way. very, very close. Yeah, well, we've had them twice. Now, the first time we kept in touch with the mother for about a month. And there were all sorts of issues because, Mum had been neglecting the kids for so long prior to them coming to us. The elder one wanted to be back with Mum, and the younger one just kicked up an absolute stink every time she went home to be with, to live with Mum after visiting for a couple of days. And Mum kind of decided, no, this isn't going to work, and so she cut ties with us. And then she got caught misbehaving again. So the kids got taken away, and she's like going around and suggesting half her friends, can they stay with, my sister-in-law? Can they stay with this friend? Can they stay with that friend? And it's sort of, no, they're all unsuitable because all your friends are current or former drug addicts and known to the system. So eventually she's sort of, okay, can they go back to their former foster home? And because she made that request, Child Protective Services got in touch with us, and they basically came back to us along with their newborn brother, which was an experience. And so once that was all said and done, I mean, they stayed with us for pretty much an entire year again. And part of the problem was obviously the newborn. My wife and I were the only parents he actually knew to any great degree. So I was kind of reticent because I felt, he really needs to bond with Mum when he went back to live with his mum, and I'm not sure that coming to visit us every couple of weeks is particularly good for him when he should be bonding with his mother. But we talked to some other people who are involved in this sort of thing, and they sort of said, no, he should come and visit because, he needs a dad in his life, and obviously you're the only one he's got. And so they went back to back to live with their mum. And they were, we butted out for about a month or two. And then arranged for a visit, come over, they would come over for the weekend. So that, actually we'll put that on the ground. And he came over and he just didn't know who we were and was very sort of, why am I here? What's all this about? So I guess, he'd bonded with his mum and was now identifying with mum as a... Good grief, that's very bad. Okay. And it basically took lifting his shirt up, blowing his belly, and he's like, oh, it's you guys. Yeah, I remember you. And since then, he's been very happy coming over. And apparently last time, or this weekend, when Mum pulled into our road, he's like, yay! So at least someone's happy to come over. And he has a good time while he's here. And he doesn't mind going back to Mum. And yeah, originally when he was with us and Mum was having visits, he really didn't want to go with her. And as soon as she brought him back, he's sort of leaping out of her arms into our arms. So yeah, I don't know who this woman is, and I really want to be back with you guys. Please stop giving me to her. But that's kind of worked itself out. But Mum understands. Yeah, Mum's actually turned her life around, and is doing a lot better than she used to be. She's got a job and is actually being productive, and thus is coping well with the children. The first time we went back, we didn't feel she was in a good place. But the courts are all, oh no, Mum's best for the kids. And it's sort of, Mum's not best for anyone right now because she's not in a good place. And obviously, yeah, the kids were back there for about 5 months and CPS were back in and taking them away again. It's sort of, you don't like to be proven right in certain circumstances like this. But, yeah, I don't think the CPS reports were particularly favourable about Mum reuniting when they did the first time. But the judge wasn't having any of it, and it was, you know, the judge was basically, no, the kids have to go back with their mum, and yeah, this needs to happen immediately, and I want a report on my desk next month saying how you're going to do it. And so, yeah, you abide by what the judge is telling you. Even if the judge doesn't know or doesn't see the day-to-day things. Oh, the money's nice, though. We've got a new kitchen out of doing foster care. Yeah, we'd have got a new kitchen anyway eventually. It just took a bit longer. Because, yeah, we live a very frugal life. And so it's not extravagant spending by any means. Yeah, our cars are 8 years old. 9 years old this year, and they're well taken care of, so they're not likely to fail catastrophically, but maintenance bills are going to be getting more expensive for them, but they're a known quantity. The house was a repossession, so didn't cost us a significant amount to buy. And I just cannot tell where I've been. Looks like over here somewhere. Looks like I hit right on the nail. It's a little bit to my left. I'm going to call that pretty much done. Okay. We should probably lift that off the ground or we'll break all the tines off. Driving across the packed earth. As I said, I'd probably do this a lot better with the wider working widths, but they were a little bit more expensive. And I still want to save money. The sunflowers are done, so that means once we're done with all this weeding stuff, we'll be able to fit the lime spreader on the back and get those 2 harvested fields lined up and then ploughed. Well, this is going to be easier to do because the weeds are darker than the crop. So for the most part, apart from the shadows. Pretty much see where the weeds are and where the crop is, or I can see where the weeds are and they contrast quite nicely with the crop. Might have missed a bit there, yeah. Oh, yeah, we've met some of those. Although, to be fair, we did have dealings with one woman who basically the worker that was dealing with her had treated her really badly and wasn't keeping her appraised of the situation, wasn't paying the travel allowance in a timely manner, and this woman had basically just had enough with her particular CPS unit. And we've had some of those where a particular CPS worker is she's doing as much as her job requires of her, but she could do better, type of thing. And you get to know which ones they are and which ones are the ones that really care. And unfortunately, the ones that really care get burnt out quickly. You'll sort of work with them for 6 months and it's sort of, I'm done, I can't cope with all the harrowing stories and I'm moving to a different department. It's sort of, well, sad to see you go, but yeah, we understand. You get the workers who don't tell you anything, and it's sort of, oh yeah, this was decided. Oh, weren't you supposed to tell us that was actually on the table? Sort of, yeah, I probably should have done, but I didn't. So what's done is done. Sort of, no, we need to be kept in the loop because we need, we're making life plans as well. Our life doesn't stop because you just dumped a bunch of kids on our doorstep. We're including them in the family. We're making sure that their lives are enjoyable while they're staying with us. And you can't be turning. It's like, the current goals we have. We're dealing with 2 workers. One's the adoption worker, and the other one is the foster care worker. So both of them have to come and visit at different times every month, and have different things to tell us each time. And we're finding things from the adoption worker which possibly the foster care worker should be telling us. And it's sort of, yeah, we got 2 siblings and, they're staying together, so okay, fine. And then it's sort of, oh, they have an older sister. Okay, fine. And she'd like to, visit with the kids. Yeah, okay, we can do that. So we get the contact number of the older sister and, we arrange a visit. And after that visit, we're then told, actually, they have to visit with her once a month because it's court mandated. It's sort of, shouldn't you have told us that before? Because that then changes, oh, we've actually got to make time 1 weekend a month to have a visit with the older sister. And we've got other things that go on at the weekend, so it's kind of inconvenient, but if we know ahead of time we can work around it. But to suddenly have that dumped on you, it's sort of, oh well, we weren't planning that, but good to know. Then we find out they've got another older sister, but she's not involved, and so not an issue. They have 2 half-brothers. One's, I think, between the 2, and one's younger, which even CPS didn't know anything about. It's sort of, guys, it's almost become a running joke every time the foster care worker comes around. So have you found any more siblings since our last visit? It's kind of a fun thing to do. Although it's definitely not easy at times. And depending on the age of the kids, I mean, and the 3 kids we still see, obviously the youngest of them is fairly well adjusted, but that's because he was with his mum for about 3 months before he was taken away from her. And I don't think a 3-month-old has much in the way of observable memory. Short-term memory. They obviously, given a couple of visits, he's back into the swing of remembering who my wife and I are. And so long as we keep visiting with him, he's going to remember us. But I don't think until he's 5 that is a long-term memory. He's going to, he will forget about us if we stop visits. Now, the elder boy, he's going to remember us. And the girl is now going to remember us. She's 5 turning 6. So she's kind of getting to the age where she'll start remembering, and probably not detail. I mean, if we stop visiting with her, I kind of figure that she'll